Hello everyone! Today we will be cooking something for you. First, let us buy all the ingredients that we need for this delicious dish. It is important to know and buy all our ingredients so that no missing ingredient will be left out, as all ingredients are as important as the main ingredient because each of them makes the dish perfectly delicious. Let's now pay everything. And now, let's go to our cooking place and do it. Good day! Today, we will be cooking pork steak and let's do its cooking. Before anything else, let's first wear our apron and hairnet for food safety purposes, for us to have a safe and clean food to prevent foodborne illnesses, because food safety is our priority. And of course, most importantly, let us all wash our hands before we proceed and begin cooking our pork steak. Let's wash our hands properly and accordingly to be clean and safe as we do and cook our dish. Here are the ingredients: the soy sauce, the cooking oil, white sugar, white onion, calamansi lime, salt, powdered black pepper, garlic, also cornstarch, of course, the main ingredient, the pork chop. And here are the tools that we need in cooking: plate, large cooking spoon, grill turner, non-stick pan and pan cover, tongs, knives, and cutting board. There are two processes in making the pork steak: the dry and the moist. Before that, let's wash and clean the pork chop first to wash out any blood left from the pork. After cleaning the pork, let's now cut out all the bone parts and cut each pork chops into two.
But first, I'm going to mince the garlic very finely using the knife and the chopping board. Second, I'm going to cut the lemon in half so it can be easily squeezed. These two ingredients will be used in marinating the pork.
After cutting garlics, let us now proceed with marinating our pork.
So after washing and slicing the pork, I am transferring this into a closed space so that it will marinate well. I am also organizing these so that all slices will marinate well. And now, I am putting the lemon into the pork. Lemon is very important in marinating pork because it will make the pork more tenderizer.
Then, pour 12 spoons of soy sauce using the large spoon in the container and make sure all the pork are well covered with soy sauce. Next, drizzle little amounts of powdered black pepper, lastly, add the garlic and mix and marinate the pork with all the mixtures. This is the first thing we should do before any cooking because in this way, we can assure a more tasteful and juicy pork to make our pork steak even more delicious. Cover and marinate it for 30 minutes.
I'm going to do a round cut using a white onion. This will serve as one of the ingredients of this dish, and the rest of the white garlic will be the garnish.
After 30 minutes, we can now do the two cooking process of pork steak, which are the dry and moist cooking. Here are the ingredients that we need in cooking: the marinated pork, the cooking oil, the white onions, and the garlic. Turn on the gas, heat and ready the pan.
The dry process of cooking. First thing to do is to heat up cooking pan and add cooking oil. Once the oil is hot, we can add the cut onion rings. The onion we use is white onion and it is cut into crosswise. After slightly heating or cooking the onion, you can remove it from the pan and set aside, and we'll use it later. Using the same oil, we also added more oil in the pan because the oil is not sufficient. After adding the oil, we will now then pan fry the marinated pork. Cook one side on medium heat to make sure the inside of the pork is properly cooked. cooking on the first side, we can now flip it and then continue cooking the other side until it is cooked. After frying the pork, we will now then remove it from the pan and then transfer it in the plate and then set aside for a while. And now we will suit the garlic. We added more oil because it is not enough to cook the garlic.
Now, let's do the moist cooking process.
After cooking the garlic into slightly brown, we then add the marinade and we let it boil, stir, and let the mixture simmer. At this point, let's add the pan-fried pork.
Next, add the onions we pan-fried a while ago. Cover the pan and let it boil and cook for a minute. And now, add a half full glass of water. Then cover the lid and let it boil for a while. Now add 1½ tablespoon of sugar to add sweetness and a balance to the taste and mix it. Then, add a 1/2 glass of slurry mixture. Add more cornstarch to thicken the sauce. Let it stir, sit, and mix. Then cover it with the lid for a minute. Open the lid, turn off the heat, and serve it. Before anything else, serve the dish in a plate. Add rings of onions and voila! Serve it and enjoy the pork steak. This dish, mainly the pork in this pork steak, has nutrients rich in protein, calories, calcium, potassium, sodium, zinc, iron, vitamin B6 and B12 that are essential to one's brain function, physical and immunity health. Also, the onion, which is an excellent source of fiber that help promote digestive health and increase gut-healthy bacteria, which further regularize bowel movement and treat several gut-related diseases. Thus, this dish will give you a lot of nutrients that are essential to maintain good and balanced health and wellness.